Welcome to The Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast once again. I am not going to make this long. This is the last day of April 2024. And sometimes I forget that the months don't all have 31 days. So April, of course, is one of those months that only have 30 days. And it just seems like it has gone by so quickly. But I wanted to share with you a quote that I actually posted today on my social media. And it is, what I'm not gonna do is be fake to make you comfortable. Now, I know that may seem like that's in your face, and, you know, some people may say that's aggressive, and that's okay. I don't mind when it comes to things like that. I personally don't think that's an aggressive statement, but I think it's a very true statement. I spent a lot of years shrinking to fit into people's ideal of who they thought I was or what they thought I was about. And when I started to really root out folks that really weren't there for me, really weren't being reciprocal in the effort put in to keep up, friendships or connections or anything. This is on personal level and professional level. I decided that I'm not gonna fake how I feel. I'm not gonna be rude, and we're not gonna be unprofessional and all of that, no. But I'm not gonna be rude. I'm not gonna be, putting people on the spot and things like that, because I just feel like people who do that, that's a deficiency within that individual. But what I won't do is be fake. If there's a reason why you don't like me, if there's a reason why you don't like my politics, you don't like, the quotes that I put up, maybe you think they're too direct, or whatever the reason may be. Maybe you don't like me just because other people think I'm cool. It doesn't even matter. Maybe you don't like the fact that I don't keep in touch the way I used to. I don't come around the way I used to. To be honest with you, all of that has been curtailed because I now am not going to expound. Is that the word I want to use? I'm not going to put out tons of energy that is not reciprocated, that is not returned. And that doesn't mean I'm going to treat people badly, but people have to understand, when you put yourself out there, when you put yourself, in positions to help people and give advice and whatever the case may be, that can be very draining sometimes when you become like the answer for this. Oh, contact so-and-so. They know. They have a contact. They have a connection. It can be very draining. And sometimes when you're the so-called plug for things, it's very hard for the quote-unquote plug or the connector to connect with people. And you would think they would be great at it, but I can say for myself, I just don't get the same in return. And I think a lot of that has to do with is we treat people often how we want to be treated. But some people just don't see it that way. And that's okay. That's on them. So I don't have high expectations of people are going to do this and they're going to do that. If they come through, they come through. If they don't, they don't. But again, I'm not going to be fake. The days of just smiling and nodding and going along to get along is just not happening anymore. It hasn't been happening for a while. And when you make that decision, a lot of times it isolates you and it puts you in a different category in life. It makes you not always be part of the crowd. It makes you not always be in the mix of the cool people or the people that seemingly got it going on. And it sometimes can isolate you, and it can be very isolating. But I have learned so much in that isolation season, and I have learned to walk in my purpose. And I will tell you, it's been happening for a while, but I will state it again. If it is not lifting me up, if it is not adding to my life in a positive way, I don't want it, period. So I'm not going to be fake and bend and contort myself the way that I used to years and years ago to make sure that everybody in the room is comfortable. That's not happening. Hasn't happened for a long time, and I'm doubling down on it. It's not going to happen, because I believe that what God has for me is for me. And if you don't feel that I deserve it, or you don't feel that, well, why does she get this, or why that, listen, take that up with the Lord. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you straight up right now, I'm on a mission to help, just in the business world, I'm on a mission to help entrepreneurs who work, because you do have a lot of entrepreneurs out there who just want to sit back and collect information, and I also am not going to keep entertaining those people anymore as well. But I'm here and I'm on a mission to help that small business owner, that aspiring entrepreneur, that new entrepreneur, the seasoned entrepreneur, to grow their brands. When everybody told you you couldn't do it, when everybody told you, oh, you still got that little business, or that little shop, that little food truck, that little whatever, I'm here to give you guidance on how to explode your brand, just like the big guys. But it takes work, and it takes being real and sitting down and really mapping out what you need to do. So the days of the foolery and the fakery, and you know the other words you can use, it's done. It is done. It's been done for a while, but it's done. So if you like, if you like my content and you're listening to my podcast, or you're over on YouTube, my podcast automatically funnels over to YouTube now, or wherever you're listening to me from. There are over 24 countries where my podcast is live, which still amazes me every single day, and I'm thankful for every single listener. We're creeping up on about 60,000 downloads, which is like wild to me. Thank you so much for supporting this effort that I've put in for this podcast. I love doing it. I love sharing my expertise. I love sharing my experiences, whether they be failures or triumphs or whatever. I give you all of it. But one thing that you're going to have to learn, well, I can say I'll speak for myself. One thing that I learned is that once you start to bend and move and try to make everybody comfortable in the room, the only person that is uncomfortable will be you. So just stay true to yourself. Pay attention to your surroundings, in your business surroundings, your personal surroundings, the so-called friends, the so-called relatives, whatever it is, people that you have around you that say they support you. Pay attention very closely who's making good on that. and they make good on it, then you make good on it too. If you say you're going to support somebody, you get in there and you support them. But if you're not able to, for whatever reason, be honest and let them know. And it's not about being rude, it's just about be real with them. Because a no sometimes really means not now. This may not be the time. And if you can't give something 100%, sometimes it's better for you to wait until you can. So think about that the next time when you're trying to just reinvent yourself a million different ways. Just be yourself. Don't fake the funk for nobody. That's what we used to say back in the day. I know I got a lot of millennials on here and Gen Zs and probably some Gen Ys out there. We used to say, don't fake the funk. Okay? So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And hey, tomorrow will be May 1st. And we got a lot of work to do. We still have a good portion of the year left, and you can still make change, and you can still be successful, and you can still push your brands. You can still repair those relationships. You can still do all the things. Okay? All right, you guys. If you want to find me, you can find me on social media. My most active platform, and really pretty much the only platform that I post on in a quasi-semi-regular basis, is Instagram. And you can find me at Onyx Queen Media. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.